Laura, so, what brings you in today? Mara, I think something is wrong. Laura, with you? Mara, no, with her. Laura, okay, start from the beginning. Mara, she hasn't slept in 3 days. Laura, why? Mara, because she saw a video. Laura, what kind of video? Mara, time travel. Laura, Mara, now she thinks it's real. Laura, so what did she do? Mara, called the police. Laura, of course she did. Mara, told them someone might be mentally unstable. Laura, based on a video. Mara, a video she didn't understand. Laura, that tracks. Mara, so the police call a social worker. Laura, naturally. Mara, and the social worker calls the person from the video. Laura, who doesn't even know there's a problem. Mara, exactly. Laura, so now what? Mara, now the system thinks he might be unstable. Laura, because someone else couldn't tell the difference between fiction and reality. Mara, right. Laura, so who's actually unstable here? Mara, that's the question no one asked. Laura, because once the report is filed. Mara, it doesn't matter who was wrong. Laura, it just matters who gets investigated. Mara, and who gets believed. Laura, Mara, all because someone, Laura, got scared of their own shadow.
High in the Rocky Mountains, importance is often self-declared. Inside a strip mall office, it is declared aggressively. The attorney looks up from his desk. Something feels off. Not dangerous, not illegal, just confusing. This is bizarre. The door opens. Bob and Mara Black walk in. They don't look prepared, they look certain, which is worse. The attorney watches them take a seat. He doesn't understand the situation, so he upgrades it. He looks at Candy. Candy, clear my schedule. I have a meeting with the Blacks. Candy stops everything, because that sounded important. The office gets quieter, more focused, more serious than it deserves to be. Bob starts explaining. It begins normally, then slowly becomes something else. Mara takes over, confident, structured, completely detached from reality. The attorney nods, not because it makes sense, but because it sounds organized. He leans forward, interrupts, repeats their story back to them, but cleaner, more confident, more legal. Bob relaxes. Mara is impressed, because now it sounds intentional. The attorney leans back. This is what he does. He doesn't understand problems. He improves how they sound. Far above the strip mall, the Rocky Mountains observe the meeting. They have seen people mistake confidence for intelligence before. They recognize the pattern. Inside the office, the attorney smiles, because once again, he believes he is the smartest person in the room. And once again, he is not.
Bob stared up at the screen. Mara didn't look up. What? Bob pointed. They're giving away chicken nuggets. Mara glanced up. Okay. Bob turned slowly. Mara, those are your people. Mara froze. My what? Bob nodded. Your chicken nuggets. Mara stared at him. Bob? Yes? That's not how that works. Bob pointed again. They're free. Mara crossed her arms. And? Bob leaned in. Mara, this is bigger than us. Mara blinked. Bigger than us? Bob nodded. Yes. This is a system. Mara looked back at the screen. It's a promotion. Bob shook his head. No, they don't just give away nuggets. Mara sighed. They do, Bob. Bob leaned closer. Mara, think about it. They scan the code. Mara nodded. Yeah? Bob lowered his voice. And now they know. Mara stared. Know what? Bob whispered. Who's loyal? Mara blinked. To nuggets? Bob nodded. Yes. Mara turned back to the screen. I'm getting the nuggets. Bob nodded proudly. I knew it. Mara walked off. Bob watched her go. She was always one of them. Bob sat across from Mara. Mara, why do you stalk your ex? Mara didn't hesitate. Because he's responsible for my success. Bob blinked. What? Mara nodded. Yes. And then she leaned in. He started time traveling. Bob froze. What? Mara continued calmly. And I couldn't reach him anymore. Bob stared. So he left you. Mara smiled softly. My little chicken nuggets. We will get him back. Bob nodded slowly. We will? Mara leaned forward. Here's the plan. Bob sat up. Okay. Mara counted on her fingers. We go to as many police stations as possible. Bob nodded. Yeah? And we tell them about the DeLorean. Bob blinked. The what? Mara continued. And his hot tub time machine. Bob stared. His what? Mara smiled. They'll have to question him. Bob nodded slowly. Okay. Mara leaned closer. And while they're busy, Bob whispered. Yeah? We break into his house. Bob paused. Officer pauses. Wait. Mara leans in. Yes. The officer squints. You're the chicken nuggets lady. Silence. Bob slowly turns. Oh no. Mara snaps her head toward Bob. You told people that? Bob backs up. I didn't tell... Mara cuts him off. You called me that in public? Bob panicking. That was private nugget conversation! The officer nods. Seen the videos. Bob freezes. What videos? Mara points at Bob. This is your fault! Bob gestures at the officer. Why is he watching? The officer calmly. For the record. This is bizarre. Mara. Stop saying that. Mara, before we start, can you turn on your body cam, officer? It's already on, ma'am. Mara. Good. I want this documented. Bob. Quiet. Oh, it will be. Set up. Officer. What would you like to report? Mara. There's a man posting videos. Officer. Okay. What kind of videos? Mara. I don't know. Just videos. Officer. And how are these videos related to you? Mara. I feel like they are. Beat. Officer. Nods, writing. Reporting party feels content is directed at them. Bob leans in. We're off to a strong start. Escalation. Body cam angle. Mara, make sure you get this part on camera. Officer, adjust camera slightly. Everything is being recorded. Mara, good, because this has been going on for months. Officer, writing. Ongoing concern, duration, several months. Bob, wow, it's getting official. Absurdity builds. Officer, has this individual contacted you directly? Mara, no. Officer, mentioned your name? Mara, no. Officer, made any specific statements toward you? Mara, no. Long pause. Officer, still writing. No direct contact, no specific references, no identifiable threats. Bob, that feels important. Turn. This is where you add your idea. Mara, should we call someone else too? Officer, calm, dead serious. Would you like me to notify additional agencies? Mara, like who? Officer, we can escalate the concern. Bob, trying not to laugh. Oh, we're escalating. Officer, still straight-faced. Would you like federal documentation as well? Mara, completely serious. Yes. Beat Bob. Of course you do. Closing, officer, writing, request for expanded documentation. Mara, thank you. Bob to camera. And that's how it becomes real.